everybody. We could not let this month go by without celebrating fathers. Yes, this coming Sunday is Father's Day. We know that fathers don't get as much. Well, people keep saying that, but I don't think that's totally true. But we don't get as many reservations and all of those things as normally do with Mother's Day. So we're not comparing the two, but we're just saying today we want to celebrate fathers and have some conversation. So I'm joined with some very distinguished men from Michelle Clark. That we're just going to kind of talk because everybody's not fathers, but some are father figures, some are father mentors. And so we wanted to expand that word father because there's a lot that compounds in that word. So we're going to start out with Mr. Simmons, who could talk a little bit more. He's probably the OG father in the group, to talk about like just maybe some of his experience. So what do you like most about being a dad?
What do I like most about being a dad? Is seeing the progression of my child and working in the school system. It really gave me appreciation for my daughter and just watching her progress through the years, watching her progress through all the different like forms of technology and communication, and now that she's 24, just to see what type of woman that she is, and changed me, slowed me down, gave me a different outlook on women, gave me a different outlook on life and a different purpose. And I think it's probably one of the best things that's ever happened to me. So.
Yeah, well, thank you. And we got to give a shout out to the newbie dad in the room. How old is your child?
My child is now 4 months.
4 months old. So what has that been like for you, being a dad at 4 months, having a 4 month old right now? She's a beautiful little girl too.
Yeah, beautiful chocolate baby.
Oh my Lord.
No, it's been surreal for me. Just being a new dad, learning a lot.
New dad and first time dad.
Yeah, new dad and first time dad. I learned, being patient is probably one of the most important things. I thought I knew patience, but when I had my baby, my wife had our baby, patience, it became like a priority because, you think you know your child, but some of the things that I mainly experienced about being patient is like, when she cry, right? What is she crying for? It could be like 3 to 4 different things that I learned, right? She could be crying because she need a diaper change. She could be crying because she's irritated. She could be crying because she's hungry. And those are things that I had to learn. And so, but just watching her grow over the last 4 months from a newborn to, a 4-month-old daughter, child as well, it's been incredible. And, that's been one of the most precious things that I've able to witness, and having time with her, it's been special. The bond, some of the things that I've learned that we kind of that we have on our iPhones when we look at our phones, like she do a biometric screening of like, who are you? She'll stare at you. She'll dial into you like, are you my parents or are you someone else? And over the last 4 months, she recognized who her parents are. From like the smells, the voices, the noise, and all that sort of stuff. So like it's been real precious. Something that I never forget. Something that I always value, and so it's been real good.
That's how I recognize some of y'all by y'all smells and everything else when y'all come in my office. Just saying, I can tell where y'all been. So, I'm excited to have Mr. Jordan here with us too, who has been a role model working with young people, but also working in a family right now. And Mr. Driscoll, who has just been a mentor to a lot of our young men and our young ladies. So I wanted to let Mr. Jordan just kind of have a conversation about like your experience and all that, because you didn't come up saying, I just want to do this right now. But it kind of, when you get an education, you just become somebody's dad automatically, or grandfathers or uncles. And
yeah. Ironically, like I said before we started, my family always like told me I had an old soul. So like growing up, I was always that one out of like my cousins that they like, man, like just relax a little bit. Like, you're not our dad. Like, you don't gotta tell us what to do. And make sure we stay out of trouble. So as I got a little older, that kind of just always stuck with me. I don't know, just in my DNA, like that father type of mentality, trying to watch over people, take care of people. And then when I got into a relationship, you know, my lady have a baby, so that was like a whole another journey in and of itself. But it's been cool. Like she's 4, gonna be 5 August 30th, and she teach me a lot. She teach me all the little stuff that I need to learn.
All the TikTok stuff.
All the TikTok stuff, all the little jokes, all the current little memes, and I think it's kind of helping me shape myself to be a great father when I finally get to have a baby.
Okay, Mr. Driscoll.
So, for me, I got 2 nieces, and you know, I've been an educator for some time now, and similar to what Coach Simmons says, also I've been a coach, and I think that's where I built some of my strongest relationships with my wrestlers, being able to like just pour into them and see them develop as young men, as young ladies, has been really special. You know, it's just a blessing to see how you can kind of get that seedling and then watch that person grow into a rose or, you know, a tree. Not literally, but you know,
like
you know
a
what I'm
tree.
saying? Like just
We're
grow
doing
and
trees now.
develop. Like, you know, acorn, you know, when it
Like
grows.
acorn. Yes, please. Keep going with this.
But no, seriously, it's a blessing to see how you know, our young people can grow when you just give them some love and pour into them. Wouldn't, you know, give that away for anything.
So we talk about how important and how special, you hear it all the time, how special moms are, how special moms are. What's special about dads? Any one of you guys can jump in. What's special about dads?
It's a different viewpoint of life.
You almost said that aggressively, though.
Well, yeah, because
It was like, well, it's a different viewpoint of
I
life.
think especially when it comes to girls. I have a girl, and I don't sugarcoat anything with my daughter. So, you know, her mother talks to her, of course, from a woman aspect, but I talk to her from a man aspect, and I'm a man, and I tell her exactly the way we're going to come. And, you know, her mother used to be like, you're so frank with her because you got to be. Because these men, they are aggressive. They will try to play these games with you so quick.
But I think that's what's important. If I had to say what's important about being a father and what makes fathers special is that we actually help not only our daughters be ready for a young man, but we also help men to be ready for young women. So we're special that we can bring that point of view to help them to be special for each other, to help, you know, if we don't teach a young man how to be, you know, a gentleman and for a woman, then we also create a different type of generation. So I think we're really special in that. Well, one of you guys may say something to that?
Yeah, I think with me being a new dad, you know, some of the things that makes it different in my household is definitely, you know, watching my wife struggle with the baby sometimes when she's a little bit irritated, but also when I come around or she smell me or she hear my voice, like her mood would be different, right? She'll be more calm or she'll be more soothing. So
So just so I got you straight, the baby don't like his mama. Her mama. She only likes you. Just so we got this. I want this on record if that's what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. 'Cause that's what it sounds like to me. Is that what it sounds like to
Be
you?
in some hot water, man.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You said when the mama got the baby, she irritated, but when she smell you, she calms down.
From time to time.
When she smells your brute cologne.
Because mom produced the milk,
Or
and
high
if
karate,
the baby
high
is
karate.
hungry, she'll be irritated because she can't get what she wants, and she might not even be hungry. But like, you know, if I was to come in and grab her, she'll be more calmer. Is what I'm saying. So.
You still kind of said the same thing. So I'm gonna switch over to Mr. Driscoll while you sit and think about what you said.
So, you know, for me, just the relationship with my dad, I've been able to call him. You know, I have a building whenever I need help or ask him for advice around things that my mom might not be able to give me advice on.
just because that's not her area. Everybody had their area of expertise. I might call my mom for one thing, my dad for, hey, I need to know how to change this inducing motor on this furnace, or, hey, I heard this noise on my brakes or something like that.
Yeah.
Just like getting different advice for different areas of life. And then for me, that ties into being able to be a provider in some sense. And I'm not saying I'm about to be out here footing all the bill. I ain't saying all that. But
Oh Lord, y'all just.
but when it comes to like being able to do things and handle things around the house or anything like that, I think that's important, that a father passes that knowledge and those skills on to his sons or daughters. How are you teaching your daughters to be independent and get things done when maybe a man isn't present.
So, were you gonna say something, Jordan?
Yeah, I just add something real quick. I think the biggest thing for me, like in a father, the importance of a father, is like the logic side of it. Like I used to always get into it with my mom, cause like every time we used to talk, it used to be like, well, I feel this way, I feel this way, I feel this way, and I used to always tell her like, your feelings are valid for sure, but the reality is X, Y, and Z. And I think that's a point of view a lot of fathers come from, is like not the feelings of a lot of situations, but like the logic and the ramifications and the consequences of like the situation instead of the feelings. So I think that's kind of what I look for, like when
So
I mentor. and
I
stuff.
I would agree with you to a point, but I would also say that that's also been part of the problem that we've had as fathers and as men, is that we've been taught, based off just us having from generation to generation, we've been taught not to have feelings. And so I heard a question to men saying, what do you want most for Father's Day? And, they was like, do you want to go out for dinner? Like, if you would have asked, like, what do you want for Father's Day? Like, if you ask your dad now, what would he say?
So I did. I actually talked to my dad yesterday. He said he didn't want anything, just to spend time with his family. And of course, I didn't let that go. So we probably gonna take him to one of his usual restaurants, and I get him some shoes and something that I'm like him. And I get it the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. He's a real simple, laid back guy. He doesn't require a lot,
Does he not require a lot because that's what he's come to accept, or does he not require a lot?
That's just who he is.
But I'm saying because it molded him to be that way. And of course, your dad's not here to do that. But I'm just using that to say, I think sometimes that's how we become as fathers and as men. Like, we just kind of say, like, you can only get so many pair of underwear or socks, right? After a while, you're like, I don't really need another pair of underwear. Or in some cases, guys will be like, if I want something, I'll just go get it. I'm not waiting on somebody to give it to me. And so I think sometimes we settle into, this is what I want, or this is what I want, or this is what I'll accept, because this is, I don't want people to go out their way for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
And I'm not saying that about your dad.
I hear you.
Mr. Driscoll, I'm not saying that about you.
Cause, no, I'm just playing.
Well, this was what? This was what? You having a condition? Or?
But no, I think really it's just about peace at the end of the day.
I agree. And even when we say it's because I'm simple, like I don't really require a lot, maybe some of that is because we haven't experienced some of the things that could be different. So, like, for example, I saw it's like where they were inviting you to come be a part of this, but it's like they take it's not the lake, but they got this big pool, and everybody has these floatables, and all you do is lay in it, and they have like the lights dim to a certain point, and they have like some type of soft music to make you relax. And people are coming out going, I didn't know I needed that. That was like, wow. And so I'm saying, I would love to experience that, but that's not necessarily something I would say, that's what I want for Father's Day, because I've never experienced it, right? So I'm saying sometimes we take on something that we used to versus trying something new, because as men, we're not always taught to be a part of our feelings.
And I hear you. And I'm gonna go back.
And I'm going to raise a steak because I hear you.
I'm gonna go back to my dad. and even me, like,
Let's stop talking about your dad. He's not here.
well, I'll talk about
Because I
myself
don't
then.
want to have to him come up here and think that.
I'll talk about myself.
Right now,
then.
he thinks I'm a cool
But anyway,
person.
I will find him, and I've also often found myself being able to just sit on the back porch. It's a nice day out, and just chill. And like that's what I want to do. And we can create that environment for ourselves. If you want to put on your music, like I have my little boom box out there,
And I'm saying we can't. I'm saying we all should be able to do that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that as men growing up, we haven't been really pushed in our feelings. So like when Mr. Jordan said, you know, he tries to think like his mom was in the feelings and he thinks logic because that's the way men do. And I'm saying that's true to a point, but the problem is we don't always go into our feelings on things because men don't necessarily have
I don't
feelings on
think it's
things
that
like
we
that.
don't go into our feelings. I think we just don't always communicate them. We can go into them and still not necessarily communicate them to the world.
Yeah.
But I think we struggle with that as men because we've been conditioned because we haven't probably seen someone that was older than us in the past do that. So how do we know how to do it when we in that position, right? But also I want to speak back to what Anderson just said. My wife just asked me because my birthday is a couple days before Father's
Shout out to your birthdays because you had to put that in.
You know, my wife asked me, she said, "Oh, what you want to do for your for Father's Day? What you want?" And I'm like, "None. I just want to do something simple and cool." But it goes to your point that, like, you know, when it's our turn to be, you know, showered on, we necessarily don't know how to take that because we've been conditioned. Like, oh no, I never seen my mom do nothing for my dad, so it's like, okay, I just want to chill, right? But one thing I did learn that you can never block someone from treating you how they feel, how they want to treat you, right? So I'm allowing my wife to just take the reign on how she want to treat me for my birthday versus block her from saying, oh no, don't go all out. We could do something else with that money down the road. If she want to shower me on my birthday and on Father's Day, I'm gonna let her do it because she thinks I'm that deserving of being showered.
Tell her to call me. I'll tell her that you're not. No, I'm joking. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. I know there's so many other things because I feel like me and Driscoll still got some things to say. I feel like Simmons still got some more growling in him. But we got everything must come to an end. So thank you guys for listening. Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers.
Happy Father's Day.
The
Father's
father
Day,
figures, the father
Come on,
mentors. Happy Father's Day to you because you're all included. The uncles, the great unks, what y'all call them? Old school,
Old school, OGs.
OGs, y'all all included. So happy Father's Day.